What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on Nootropics and a lot of other things. So I want to talk about like doctors or specialists in physiology outside of the scope of the medical establishment, most of which have a lot of validity behind what they're doing and legitimacy. And I've had a great deal of experience with functional medicine doctors as a good example, and they've been absolutely knowledgeable as hell and useful in certain things. Some haven't as well. And usually I end up in, this is kind of part of the point, usually I end up in situations with doctors in general where, like, yeah, unfortunately I'm the smartest person in the room. It's so strange, like, knowing about certain aspects of physiology that, because they're limited to a particular scope that, you know, is in the medical literature taught to them in medical school, and the relevant things that they work on, there's a ton of things that they miss, you know, and the rigidity of their thinking allows them to delete certain things or completely miss solving certain issues and how to do it, or that certain issues even exist. Anyway, let's talk about chiropractors for a second. I have had experience, and I have talked to people who have had experience with chiropractors and have gotten really good results, right? So I'm not delegitimizing being a chiropractor whatsoever. However, a recent experience was with me and another person who had some back pain, you know, and we went to a chiropractor and just to sort of see if some adjustments and some of the other technologies they have would be useful. And really, in the end, like, me being a biohacker and understanding all these different aspects of physiology that are self-taught, and spending a good bit of my day, you know, at this point, four total hours. I mean, I read a lot in literature of all types, you know, not just nootropics, but immunology, virology, obviously relating to current events, and other stuff. And you know, you can get bad chiropractors. What we experienced, and what I experienced was essentially like, you know, the doctor in question pushing a lot of unnecessary stuff. Like, if a person goes in and just wants adjustments, okay, like, give the person adjustments. This guy tried to sell me on an x-ray, like, for 10 minutes, and I kept declining. I'm like, it's unnecessary, and I would also not like to put myself, even though it's a small radiation risk, in that place. He just kept trying to fucking push it. It's like, get the drift, dude. They're set up, like, you have to understand about the entire medical establishment, but also people outside of it. Like, these are businesses, right? And, you know, though you get certain non-MDs, etc., that are focused on your recovery and actually helping you, a lot of them are focused on revenue, right? I mean, they have companies, they've got rent to pay and all this other stuff. So, like, a funny thing that happened was, like, aside from that, the guy was trying to push some naturopathy, which I believe in, some of it, right? People think it's like uber diluted. I've actually had interesting results with naturopathic, or correction, homeopathic medicines, but some homeopathy as well as just some other run-of-the-mill vitamins, but through the vector of, what the hell is it called? It's like some sort of test where you can identify certain parts of your body by putting pressure on them, and in response to certain vitamins, and then identifying therefore what you may be deficient in, and therefore what vitamins you need. And also, if you're taking certain supplements, that your body isn't responding well to them and that you should not take them. This is where I draw the line, okay? Like, I am fully for alternative medicine, absolutely prefer it over the medical establishment any day. And people doing their own research, I support that. I'm an advocate for it. But and I asked the guy, I'm like, okay, so your results with, like, pushing people's arms down in response to a particular vitamin and doing what you do to identify that people like don't need a certain vitamin that they're taking, or they're reacting back to a certain supplement that they're taking, or they do need certain supplements. How precisely does that correlate with the blood work data? You know, and Doc like sort of had a moment of like just sort of being puzzled by my question, probably because nobody asks him that question. They just go, oh, okay. How precisely can you compare the two? You know, and he came back with an answer that was like, usually what happens is we catch deficiencies before the blood work catches deficiencies. And this is where I have to draw the line. You know, again, all for homeopathy, naturopathy, functional medicine doctors specifically. These days, anybody can teach themselves anything. I mean, that's just the absolute truth. But I've got to draw the line on, you know, what we're talking about is potentially non-existent, but subclinical, which does exist. Vitamin deficiencies identified not through blood work, but through, you know, stress testing your arms, you know, or certain elements, parts of your body in relation to one supplement or the other. I just have to draw the line there. Okay, so do I think chiropractors are awesome? Yeah, I mean, largely, right? You know, if you're having back issues and you are going to see a chiropractor, like certainly do your diligence on the people. And ultimately, sometimes the only way to do this is to actually go and see them and see how they are. And you can sort of feel how full of shit are they, or are they legitimately trying to help you with, if you don't understand the mechanics behind what they're saying, with plausible mechanistic physiology behind it, right? If you understand what you're discussing. I think that's a really important thing. And it definitely does seem the case that in all of alternative medicine, again, most of it I'm on board with, and it's effective in various ways. There certainly are people pushing products that frankly, I've just got to kind of draw the line on. And like, you know, I believe that there are things that you can't see in the blood work. It's definitely subclinical stuff. But when it comes to like doing this whole vitamin mineral test, or test whether you're responding to a supplement that you're taking or not, and like something you can do on your body will tell them that definitively and conclusively, I just can't get on board with that. So just wanted to share my experience with that. I've had experiences over time with this sort of thing, and yeah, I just think you have to be very selective when choosing a chiropractor. You should be selective when choosing anything. And you're a general physician, that's an MD, functional medicine doctor, any alternative medicine doctor, etc. Not that I'm not on board with all of that, because I more am on board with that than traditional medical establishment and Western medicine, right? You know, Western medicine, come on. But yeah, just something to think about. Here, let me press on your arm. Nope, that licorice root isn't good for you. I don't think so, Doc. I think you're full of shit, Doc. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope that makes sense. I hope you guys love the intro to the newest video that I think just got uploaded, because, you know, I want to make you guys happy. Talk to you soon. Back in action. I've been super busy with a big fleet of business people that hired me to do consulting on nootropics and brain performance, so that's taken a lot of my time. But I found a way to work videos back in. It was just a matter of figuring it out. Talk to you next time.